Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Friday, the 5th of October 2018. So yesterday we see the pound bouncing, market moving higher, trading through the DP level here, and you can see how the 200 bar moving average was a resistance for this market, but eventually broke through. And this is a very interesting price bar here as well, because it came off the high, finished halfway down, and the volume was very high. That means that there's some selling around. There's also some potential weakness after this as well with an upthrust, but the market then trades sideways on low volume and makes its way up to the magical 130 level, the one that this level is very important to the market, as we've seen over the last few months. So the market has to put in some buying to drive through this area of resistance. This is also the R1, and 90% of the time the market will stop at this level. We have a bit more to the previous day's high, and then we see the market stop. We've got some selling here, and then prices become sideways. So again, there's a pattern to all of this that you see. First we have the DP level also as support until the market breaks through the 200 bar moving average there. Overnight for this market, well, it's coming back down towards the R1 from yesterday as support at the moment. That looks more or less like the area there. And we've got the market above the 130, very crucial area. Also above the 200 bar moving average, as it is the DP, but at the moment below the 50 and the 20 bar average there. So we need to break to the upside if it is to move higher. And the only way to determine this is to look at the daily chart, and when we see this, we can see that we've got a downtrend in place here. And again, it's the 130 level really that's going to decide whether this market remains above or below. If you have a buy signal and it's above 130, watch out for the market coming back and retesting this level. If there's a short and the market reverses and goes long, then watch for this level also, as prices attempt to move higher. So cover both sides of the equation. And like I say, just to reinforce this, if you're short, watch for support at the 130 because the market could find it there. And if you're long or get a long signal, then where prices have dropped below the 130, then watch it as a form of resistance. If not, if you have a buy signal and the prices start to come back, then watch for the 130 as support as well. So very important level to say for this market. Big day today. The only one worth looking at is this one, the unemployment change. This is out at 130, 201 last month, 185 this month of new jobs allegedly. Again, like the UK, they massage the figures, remove people. They do all sorts of creative accounting to make these figures look good, but that's at 130 before the Dow opens. That will affect the pound. Now, yesterday in the Dow we spoke about the selling in this market, and we highlighted this upthrust, and we also marked up the 76%, said this is where the market could come back to with some profit taking in this market. It's due for some profit taking, and sure enough, that's exactly what happened yesterday. The market came back, still looking fairly weakish on the overnight as well. New all-time high at 26,953, 47 points off the psychological 27,000 there as well. But at the moment, looking fairly weakish. If the market breaks 76, it's going to come down to here. What is here? Let's have a look. You can see that we've got three lows there. 26,347 is where you would be looking for if the market breaks the 76% retracement that we have marked up on the chart. Looking in more detail yesterday, the market started off sideways, but then put in a sell signal. This is a brilliant sell signal. Let me explain why. Well, we start off with some selling. Well, actually, let me go back one further step. In the daily chart, we saw the potential weakness in the market with the upthrust, the increased volume that we spoke of yesterday morning. So given that, the market then puts in some selling to start with. We see the market try to buy back. It's then hit by selling once again. We then see them try to buy it back, and then it's hit by selling again. So there's a battle going on here. Not only is there a battle going on volume-wise, but we've got the market at the previous day's low, and more importantly, both the sell signals here, these two, and well, the third one as well, which was obviously the first one of the day. So we've got 1, 2, 3, all closing back below the 200 bar moving average. Not only the 200 bar moving average, but also the 50 and the 20. And then we see prices move lower. We get some buying pressure, followed by further selling coming into the market here. The buying pressure doesn't hold at the psychological level here of 26,700. And then the market continues lower. However, as you can see here, the selling starts to disappear as prices drop below the average line. And then we get a bounce off the 20 bar moving average here. You can see the market closing back below it. Market moves lower, and then we've got some short covering here as the market comes back. Again, notice how prices spike through the 20 bar moving average but fail to close, and then we come back down, and then we start to see testing, a bit more selling, and then we get the testing again with the pogo stick. There we see the market sideways, and then before we know it, they're bringing the market back before the close. Where do they bring it back to? The 200 bar moving average, as you can see there. And then on the overnight, the market's managed to close above this, go back to the 26,700 level, but it hasn't held. And now we're starting to see the market come back and have a look at the DP level. Watch this. Market's likely to be quiet as we go forward, waiting for the non-farm payroll figures at 1:30. In Bitcoin, not a lot to report here. Again, you can just see that this market's very, very quiet, building a bit of a triangle formation. Market above the 20 bar moving average at the moment, but not looking too good. Expect more of the same in this market. That's all I can say about that one. There's nothing to shout about or scream about. No volatility equals no trades. Simple as that. Okay, that will do it for this one. Heading into the weekend, so have a great weekend. If there's anything to report, I will let you know. But other than that, as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.